Hello, it's Nicole here, and I'm here with amazing platinum executive Lena Chin from Melbourne. Now, in 2020, in the midst of the global pandemic, Melbourne has been under one of the strictest lockdowns in the world. Residents have been confined to their homes, only allowed out 1 to 2 hours a day for like 4 months, so only allowed out just for some exercise. However, this has not stopped Lena and also Shaylin in her team from growing their ASEA business, from home and all around the world. So Lena, you've been at home with your 2 adolescent daughters, balancing the role of mum and business. And I know you've been working really closely with Shaylin as well. And she's actually even been homeschooling having her primary school age children homeschooled, as well as working a full-time corporate job. And you just have like achieved so much this year with yourselves and your team. Like you went platinum a few months ago during lockdown. Shaylin advanced to silver, and you've had 5 new bronze executives in your group in 2020. And I just looked it up. You've had like 35 rank advancements in your group, which is just amazing, because I know it's got to be really difficult down there, keeping a positive attitude and stuff when you're like stuck in your house, and I'm sure you're all going a little bit stir crazy. So that's the first question. A lot of people, the biggest thing that holds them back in this kind of business is their mindset and their attitude. So how, every time I talk to you, you're so positive. So how have you kept that positive attitude and like focus? You've still been so focused, even though it's been an extremely challenging time in Melbourne where you live.
Oh, Nicole, I always believe in being passionate with what you do, and being consistent, and have a discipline on what you do. So during the lockdown, when I know things are hard, but we can't go anywhere and we can't do much thing. So I have my other business, so that keep me busy like for 4 to 5 hours a day. And when I have spots in between, and I just decided to touch base with all my associate and all my executive, and even my new contacts, just to see how they are going with the pandemic. And I reach out for them to set their goals, set their their targets, and declare what they want to achieve despite difficult time, because I thought doing nothing is going to be more miserable for us. So yeah. I'm an action person, and I believe in consistency. I want that to duplicate down my team. So I decided to, give them a challenge, and it's sort of like tell them to, think about what is their why in ASEA, and, what is their goal, for the next 3 months. What do they want to do? And then, are they looking for plan B in their stressful, 9 to 5 job? During the pandemic lockdown, I've been touching base with a lot of my downlines, and be it housewife or professionals or entrepreneur. They were all having challenges with their job or their businesses. They say, oh, the rental has to be paid, and then my working professional, most of my team that I have, none of them are full-time. All of them are part-timers. Yes. And those that are having a 9 to 5 job, they were struggling because the employer are demanding more out of them, and they feel there's so much insecurity in them, and they find that there's not enough money to to pay for bills and things like that. So I told them, why not have a plan with a plan B, and set aside how much do you need extra, and then work towards that. And I told them, to also be consistent in their sharing, even despite even having 10 minutes, like me, because I'm always busy. I'm juggling like my kids, my other business, and my running errands, and my church work, my charity work. I always feel that every 5 minutes, 10 minutes during whether I'm eating, or I just try to do something productive. So I try to share that with my team, and I'm always there to support them. I told them, despite whatever time it is, whether it's morning or very late at night, if they stuck with something, they need help to reach out to do a 3-way call, I'm always there. So yeah. So that and also I think being mentored by Nicole makes a lot of difference, because in the past I'm like like a person without the head. no one to tell me what to do. So I'm always aimless, and sometimes I do not know what I'm doing is right, and I just do. Sometimes I hit my, my head on a wall, and I learn from making mistake. And sometimes if somebody were to give me some targets and let sort of like guide me through, I think I'm more focused, and that's what I need. I'm a person that need someone to guide me and to be focused. And then I think Nicole did that the best for me, and she bring out the best in me. And with that, I just like decided to follow what she teach to me, and I took that what is good to my team, and that works so well, and everybody just like it. And and because of that, we able to like connect better, and then we promote better, like teamwork and support. And we enjoy the teamwork and support. And then I started to bring all my left and right legs, all my cross line together to work towards the aim. Like, let's have a like accountability group together, or let's do a Zoom together, and go on each other's strength. That's all I've been doing in the last, I think, few months.
I know you're doing a lot of Zoom calls, and you're connecting with your team via WhatsApp. So you have like a big team in Malaysia and Singapore, and you also have the Malaysian and Chinese community in your team in Australia. So one thing I've noticed working with people from these Asian countries and cultures is that doing business face to face is very important. Like, they really do like to be able to meet you, to sit down and share a meal with you, and to really connect with you on that face-to-face in-person level. So the global pandemic has pretty much put a stop to this, like in Australia and all over the world. And it's a pretty huge change in the way business has done for people from these cultures. So how have you been helping your team to adapt to, what is a very, very big shift for people from those communities?
Well, actually, what I did is I get them to learn how to Zoom, for one. Second, I get them to connect through, chats like WhatsApp and, WeChat and Messenger, whichever suit them. And then for those that I build a relationship with, that have worked with me in Asia for more than like a year or 2 years, what I get them to do, I assign them to, step up and be me at their end. That means, for example, if Lillian is in Malaysia, she try to help me to go and see somebody if somebody need a face to face. And I have Rita on Singapore, I ask Rita to go and see somebody face to face. And then Caroline so that's what we've been doing. So we train those those that willing to come on Zoom. We work with them on Zoom and on phone, and then I give them assignment to go and go and touch base with this person who need a face-to-face follow-up. And then we work well like that, because everybody feel that they step up in the comfort zone, and they take it as a practice to talk to people and close it, and and be their sponsor or be my contact, but they are sponsoring for their team.
Yeah, it's awesome. And I know you're stepping into such a great role in your leadership, and you are mentoring people, and I love it. You're like giving them assignments, because it's like, okay, we've had this week, and I'm very like that when people work with me. Okay, so your assignment for next week or your homework is to go and do this. So do you think that's been like a really effective way to get the growth in your team? Because your team's had pretty explosive growth this year. So that I know you're doing weekly team meetings on Zoom with people, and then you're like when you're catching up and mentoring some of your leaders, you're actually giving them tasks to do each week.
Yeah, that's one. But I find that the Facebook, the Facebook in Asia, Shine Bright Team and Asia United, all those really help, Nicole. And also I find that Zoom, because Asia has so many Zoom happening in whether at corporate level or at cross-line level, like we have so many ambassador diamonds and diamonds in Asia. So because there's a schedule that, I don't know, Asia is a network marketing company that I feel really had it right with, you know, the scheduling for Zoom. So there's always, you know, posting about the scheduled Zoom that's going on. So I use that to actually share with my team, and I tell them that these are all the Zoom lineup. Just go to the one that you, you know, would like to, you are free, like the day that you're free on, to go and do it. And then, you know, bring your people in. And then if the days that, you know, you're, then I make sure that on one day on the weekend, I hold a Zoom so that they connect back with me and know, and could bring their team to do a Q&A. Because normally with ASEA, I think a lot of the Zoom are just presentation. They don't have a Q&A. So I thought that on that particular weekend, we make it short, 1 hour, but, you know, we don't focus on a presentation at all. And we just do a Q&A. I think that has spurred up a growth and understanding of ASEA, you know, like product, science, culture, and how to use it, and how to use the product and things like that.
Yeah, everyone like can get their questions answered and things like that. Yeah, which is awesome. So, you know, your team really is like duplicating now, and you're like plugging them into systems, and then you're creating your own, like, you know, community within the community for your team. And I can see that it's working. So do you have any advice you'd like to offer, Lena, to anyone else, you know, who's looking at you and they like want to be platinum? And I know that you will be diamonds before long. It won't take you too long to get there, I don't think. So what advice would you give to them, people who are like, you know, sometimes people start this, they get stuck, they're struggling. So what would you say to them?
I just say to them, just, you know, enjoy their, you know, if they come to ASEA because of a good reason, continue to, you know, share ASEA at their own, you know, comfort, but they have to be consistent in, you know, their sharing. That means, you know, if they can try to, you know, continue to have a contact list, you know, prospecting and follow up is very important, you know, and maybe set aside, you know, 30 minutes daily just to focus on ASEA, you know, DMO, daily method of operation, and get it going, so that, you know, doesn't matter, you know. And then I also advise that just share and don't have any, you know, like emotion attached to it, because I feel that many times, you know, in the past I didn't move forward is because I am consistent with my, you know, my own, you know, learning and everything and contacting. But then when people, I always hesitate because I always feel people reject me. Like, you know, I can't take objection really well. So, you know, I learned to actually, because with now seeing so many contact now in ASEA, I'm beginning to learn to, you know, not to have any emotional, you know,
attachment.
Attachment towards, you know, anything. I just share because I feel that this product worth sharing. So that's my advice to them.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Lena. That was great. So I'm looking forward to sharing this with other people. Thank you so much for making the time.
Thank you, Nicole.